So now I built it a little thing of blankets holding it. And I gave the dog some CBD. Stella is like fucking losing her shit. That's the only thing, because we don't get to travel enough. Because we were restricted because of Winston being sick, we couldn't go. And then you know, the lockdown, even if you could get away to go someplace, nobody would let you come because everybody thought you were going to kill them. So that's kind of nutty. But so she just gets such anxiety when we go someplace. She's in a total panic. The other time, a couple months ago, when I went in to take a shower, she came and climbed in the tub, and she hates the tub. I can't get her to get in them at all. And she came and climbed right in. This is like, and then whenever there's two dogs around, they start competing. So then the other one tries to get closer to me, and then she gets, but it's good for her to get out, and the CBD helps her relax. And she's having these anxiety attacks. So hopefully for a few minutes they'll be quiet. Okay, so I will, when I'm traveling, I will, you know, on this between Seattle and Spokane, it is a 2-lane interstate, the 90. And so on the right is tons of truckers, tons of truckers. The whole thing is just like truckers. So I think it's dangerous. These people who just swerve in and out, swerve in and out. And it's like, okay, this makes no sense to me. That's, you know, and I've got a brain in, it's way too much. I'll just set my cruise control, not mess with it, just stay at my speed. And then, you know, I'm going to be passing all these truckers anyways. I'm not going to swerve in and out of every one of them. That's ridiculous. And this thing where people think that, I want to see the laws in all the places, you know, exactly how it's written. Because, you know, as far as I understood, you have to have a pileup of 10 people behind you before you have to move. It just seems like these people are just so selfish. Like, everybody better move out of my way. Because you will have people, I am not shitting you, people just flying up behind you, go right behind you. There's an open spot, they could go around you, but no, they feel that they need to move you because they're going faster than you, and you're in the fast lane, so therefore you need to move. Doesn't matter if you are, you know, I've got my cruise, and I've tried before to do the whole thing, moving. You're constantly having to take it off cruise control. This is another thing that really irritated me, is like you would be going, and then you pull over to let them go by because you're in their way. And then they'll just go right there. They just want to be right in front of you. That's all. They're like when you take a bunch of dogs for a walk, there always wants to be one leading, and they will fight over who's going to be the leader. That's how these people are on the road, like a fucking pack of dogs. They you know, I've got to be in front of everybody. I can't handle it. And they want you to move out of their way, and then for them to just get in front of you and then set their thing. It's like, the etiquette on the road is just like the most, I can't believe how many people go speeding up behind you, want you to move so they can keep going. And this time when I went, I was like, fuck it. Fuck you. I'm not fucking moving for you. If you are going to be going that much faster, that, you know, you're going to go 80 or 85, then, you know, mind your path, go. You're the one who goes in and out of the traffic. Then you want to be dangerous, go be dangerous. But leave me the fuck alone. It's just like, oh my God. And you can feel when the people get behind you, how pissed they get. They'll get so close, like they think they can just push you out of the way. It's like, oh my God. So let's risk our lives, because I'm not fucking moving. You want to go faster than me, then go around, because I'm already going over the speed limit, and there's cops the whole time. It's like, people are so fucking weird. And there was another thing I was thinking about. That show, I started that show. I'm only one, the one that she had said about me watching, about the the curse and the karmic thing, it seems that it's based a lot more like on psychological, like how it works in DNA and psychology and stuff. But I say we're going to be going to the next level of spirituality and it's like, is it your quantum footprint or something? You know, it's your energetic footprint. It's what you leave behind as this character that you create at this time, you know, the present moment. That's who you are. So it doesn't even matter about all of the other lives or anything, but those other lives affect how you see the world and who all you're connected with out there, and it still bonds us all together because we're all intermingled in each other's lives somewhere. But that wasn't what it was I was going to say. It was something else. God, that drives me crazy. I always kind of just go with, well, you know, I guess it's not meant for me to say it right now, or I would remember it. There's always a lot of stuff, you know, when you travel. I got no sleep at all. Oh my God, Stella's a freaking wreck. She just won't sleep. She's just panting and panting. Every time I take her somewhere, everybody who hasn't seen her in a while is always like, oh my God, Stella's so fat. She's so huge. And she pants all the time. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe she's way too fat. I'm like so worried all the time over her health. I'm like, I don't know. I think it was something about the CBD thing made me think about, maybe I was thinking about, I don't know, I think about a zillion things. I think about so many things at one time. Last night I had a dream, and I haven't been dreaming lately. I've been in these, like, I don't even know how to explain it, other than like being in a class or something, or these weird interactions. I don't know, it's weird. There haven't been like dreams, but last night it was a dream, and I grew this growth on my head, and I kept trying to get it, and it was like right there, and I kept trying. It was and I was like, oh my God, it's a nipple. I've grown a nipple on my forehead. Like, oh my gosh. Could you imagine how horrible? If you, I don't know. But one thing is, I have like a vivid imagination, and I was picturing like this bar, kind of like not like a new kind of bar. I'm talking about like a bar like where you kind of picture like a wooden shack, like where they would drink out of like those big growls or something, you know, like in some old wood barn or something like that, where they've got like a fiddler player and people Irish dancing and stuff, like a long time ago kind of, and a bunch of fairies and trolls and leprechauns and stuff. Sometimes I wish it was just easier to make movies. I really wish I could do screenplays sometimes, because I come up with all these ideas that I think would be so good, but I can't keep it organized to do it. It's hard to do with a brain injury. So it's just, you know, if I'm meant to do it, it will somehow happen. But I definitely get lots of ideas of stuff, and it'll drive you crazy if you have a really vivid imagination, because you have all the stuff, and then you have the desire, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I don't know, there's things that are just in the way, or sometimes I think maybe they're just as, you know, creative people who get a lot of ideas, but they don't all have to be done by them. They just, I don't know, intercept them. I'm not sure, because I think of everything on an energy kind of way. I don't know that everybody understands about it yet. So when you say it, I know people understand it on a different level than what you mean it to be. But, you know, when I started learning about it, because I was thinking about, because I'm in Spokane, so when after my brain injury and after Rich and I had split up, then or my last husband, I think I don't usually use anyone's name, but my last husband, and so that when I was alone, after I had made it through that winter, I went and did the past life regression. That's that winter. I spent so much time doing research, but it was all about like our our more the hidden ancient stuff, hidden ancient facts and stuff about the secret space program and all these whistleblowers and stuff. I was watching a lot of that and a lot of stuff about the reincarnation, the Dolores Cannon stuff, because she has so much good stuff about it. And Allison Coe, I was watching her because she was talking. She would talk a lot about her sessions because she kept getting like people were having similar sessions, so she started talking about these sessions because a lot of people were having the same visions, which she tried to say date, and it just fucked her because people like know something's going on and they want to see some evidence. Like nobody can trust, nobody can have faith. They can't just go with their own instinct of like, oh, I know this is happening, I understand this is happening, so I'm just going to trust. They don't have that yet. And so when somebody says and they want to when tell me when, and then they're like, I don't know, everybody keeps talking about this time or that time, I think it's coming, and but it's all translation. Like I've said a bunch of times, it's all a translation, and you have things that change. How you get there is not always going to be set in concrete. That's the part that's always fluctuating, So where you're going, that remains the same, but how you get there, that fluctuates. And dates and time is one of the things that was created here to imprison us. Time is not real. And so all these I swear to God, I just forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Hold on, I really want to finish what I was saying. I know I was saying something about time. Oh, but when the people say, like, give specifics, then people turn on them and get so mad. Like, okay, well, you're just a liar. It's like, no, I still know in my own self. I still trust what's going on. Like, where's your faith? Why do you need me to tell you? Like, where is your inner guidance? If you listen to your inner guidance, you'll know. You don't need to ask anybody else. You find out what's going on, you go inside, you ask yourself, and you'll see it, you'll hear it, you'll know it, however it is that you understand things. But you don't have to depend on someone else. But anyways, everybody turned on her because and I think that this event is still coming because it's even in the Sumerian tablets. I think it's called something like Siddhartha or something. Like, it's in other ancient texts about the solar flash. I still believe it's going to be coming. And I was just telling my one daughter that I'm staying with this morning, I said, maybe that is what this whole thing with this great awakening, because the people have to wake up, they have to heal, they have to raise their vibration by feeling better about themselves, releasing the things that bind you, the rules, the pain, the struggle, all that stuff, releasing it. And it raises your vibration because you feel so much better about yourself. You feel lighter, you feel more buoyant, you feel more like free. But you have to be there for this higher vibration when this flash happens. That's the way it's always been. And so, and I used to panic, like, oh my gosh, my family's not going to be there. I'm going to be the only one. I'm going to be by myself. And so, and then you start getting the Bible mixed in with it, and they start saying, oh no, it's only 144,000 people. There's a lot of people who believe that. Only 144,000 people are going to be saved. And then they get to go up and be at the feet of God, washing his feet and thanking him and singing, and praising the angels. And this weird kind of, and they can create that. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, because they can create it. That's how powerful we all are. That's where they can have it be, where they go next. They don't need to go where I go. I'm going to go where I go. Everybody's going to go where they go, because we have control of that. We are energy. We are the creators of where we go when we're not here. If we want to go to another place that simulates life on Earth, then that's what we can create, our own little life on Earth. But this is a creation right here. It's being manipulated, but still, it's a creation. And but then I was like, so what if all this stuff is happening to wake these people up? So, because the government knows about this event, like they read all these, I don't know, seismographs, all the different things. They've got all these scientists supposedly watching all this stuff. They know every fucking comet that goes by every 10,000 years or some shit. So they know of cosmic event. They know that the Earth has a solar flash that that it can cause an ice age. They know this stuff that can happen, and so they know that something's coming. Because there was another thing too about their maps for the naval future maps. If you look it up, the United States is not the same shape at all. The Mississippi takes over, like it becomes huge, like takes over whole states. There's like, you would have to have a ferry. I don't even know if you could do it I guess you could do it one day in a ferry, but it would be like an all-day ferry, it looked like, from the size of it. To get from the east to the west. It just splits with the Mississippi, and then I don't think it was all of the water comes up on the sides. California, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, all of it comes way up. And there was another river that was way wider. Like, there was other things that changed. But those things were the most that stuck out to me, is the different shape of the United States was way different. And that's their projected naval map. So what is it that's going to raise the water so much? They try and sell us and tell us, well, it's the climate change is the, it's y'all's fault. You guys are destroying the planet with all your fucking cows and hairspray and shit. And driving to work. You need to get to work, but don't drive. We'll take you there. But the and I don't know if it's going to be the glaciers all melting, but there's something else. The Earth has its own cycles. That's the thing. And but they know about, I don't know about every single person in politics, but there are people somewhere up there that know what the fuck is going on about it. I really feel like I look really weird. It keeps catching my eye, these weird shadows, but that doesn't work either. There's just no light. The only light is this from this window. Unless I go down to the other place, but then there's nowhere to sit. She just moved in this place. And so it just all of a sudden made sense to me, like, that they know about that. And this awakening is, because, oh my gosh, the karmic debt you would have by not, to know that all these people are brainwashed and not wake them up so that they can raise their own vibration to go through the thing. Because if it really is that you can't go up, if your vibration, if you're heavy and dense and you're not healthy, healed, mind, body, spirit, the whole thing, then, you're dense, you're down in the lower chakras, you're living by instinct, you're pissed off, you're not healing your wounds, you're not dealing with shit, you're drinking it away, or, resorting to anger outbursts, raging, I think it's called, all the different things that people do so that they don't have to deal with their pain. Oh, and that was one thing too. Yesterday, when I started that show that she had told me to watch, when I started it, I can't remember the guy's name he's playing two parts. He does really good. Like, he really makes these two brothers seem like totally different people. One of the brothers is schizophrenic. And, but it's something about this generational, how it affects generations, these certain patterns, and how, it affects people down the line that haven't even been born yet. But I say it's even bigger than that on the spirit. That's just the manifestation of what it is physically, but it's bigger than that. But the mother of these boys, she had just a hard life, and the son wants to know something about her childhood, and she will not talk about it at all. She's just like, okay, I just got to go back to bed. But the thing is she's young and she's got cancer, and then she had started with breast cancer, and then they did the treatments, and then it had metastasized, and then she had like 6 months to live. And that is one of the things about cancer. It is a manifestation of you holding in your pain and stuff, and it's the way you see your own self. And that's why it starts being in families. Like, because I used to be like, man, how is it that all these families, everybody dies of cancer? Like, there must be like in a gene or something. But you go to the next level. It is your belief system. It's what you believe almost you deserve. And she wasn't dealing with her pain, so it's manifesting in this illness in her that's killing her. It's so important to, purge out your feelings, to have somebody to talk about to. That's where psychologists even, I think, manifested from, was people just needing someone to talk to, and then someone taking advantage of it and like, well, I can get paid for that. I can be this person's friend who doesn't have any, and I'll listen to them. But then, it just gets dirty and ugly. Like, they don't give a fuck. And if they do, it's because they want to control you. Because nobody should be telling anybody else how to live their life. They should be able to go inside themselves and figure it out for themselves. And all this other stuff is bullshit control. And so, but that, I thought that having that, where she was dying of cancer, she had all these troubles, and and it's almost like a punishment of yourself. And that's what I was talking about too the other day with sex. If you feel like sex needs to be painful, it's punishing yourself. Sex shouldn't need to be painful to be pleasurable. You should be able to enjoy pleasure without feeling that you need to punish yourself. That's like those, it reminds me, now it's really crooked. It reminds me of those priests, or I guess I picture them in robes and stuff like that, that they have to go in and whip themselves and beat themselves because they had an impure thought or something. I don't know, probably some of them did some pretty nasty shit, now that we know. But still, you shouldn't need to feel like you have to punish yourself to enjoy sex and pain. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, but there's people who do it, so, they can live their lives. So I'm not saying that they can't live their lives. That's what, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Because I think it should be for pleasure, and you should get in touch with what pleases you or your body, or connect with your body and enjoy the pleasure. And I don't know. I don't like to be hurt. I don't like pain. So you wouldn't think that's true, but when you get tattoos, like, it doesn't mean you're some kind of what is that called? You want to have just pain all the time, a sadist or something. But I was thinking of something else. But it is more of, you want the picture. You see the picture that you want, or the design, and then you have to go through the pain to get the artwork. Some people like the pain, but I'm not one of those people. I don't like the pain at all. And there was some more stuff I wanted to say. Maybe there was some more stuff about the drive. I really think that people need to be a lot more thoughtful and not thoughtless when they're driving. If you're coming up and there's somebody in the fast lane, even if you're fucking flying and some truck's over here, you've got space. You are obviously not on cruise control. You've obviously got your pedal to the metal, or whatever you want to say. So you can, change your speed a little to maneuver through. Just go rush up and then just go right up. Like, and flash their lights or, flipping you off in the mirror and shit. It's like, fuck you. God, you fucking childish motherfucker. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and do my cruise control off on because of you stupid bastards. It's fucking bullshit. I think it's rude. Then they probably think I'm rude, That's why I would probably, I'm sure I have my own crowd. And we'd all be like, yeah, those fuckers are rude. And they'd all be like, yeah, people need to learn the rules of the road. Scoot out of the way for the ones who want to speed. It's like, it's not a fucking racetrack. So, I don't know. Let me think if there was some other stuff. Because today everybody's gone because there's school and stuff, so everybody's gone. But now it's not going to be like that. There's going to be people around me all the time. In just a little bit. But I got no sleep. I feel so dead. Oh my God, all last week I was getting woke up for hours and hours at night, just hearing all this stuff in my head. Blah, 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 blah. And it's not like where you're having, like you've got some stress and you're thinking about stress and you're stressing yourself and you're just like, I gotta, you can't let go or something. It's not like that. It's not like you're stressed. It's just a lot of information starts coming in to your head, and it just starts being like, oh my God. And it's interesting stuff. Like when they're showing you stuff, it's super interesting. Like, you'd want to know everything about it and talk about it and stuff. But I don't know. Between 1 and 4 in the morning, I'm really tired. And last night, Stella was just like up, and then 2 of them, and then they start walking around on these wood floors. And she has this bed that she got a new bed for her daughter, so she had this bed down here, and she's gonna give it to her boyfriend. And so she goes, well, we'll just leave it here while you're here, and then you can sleep on it. And so this morning she told me that I was like, man, that was killing me. And she goes, really? It's hard? And I was like, yeah, it was killing me. I need to get a different pillow or something. It's like a hard pillow and a hard bed don't go good together when you have a fucked up neck. And she's like, oh, that's your old bed. I was like, oh, that's my old bed. I was wondering about that bed a couple weeks ago. I said, no wonder it's fucking killing me. It was like a $10,000 fucking mattress. And got it home. It was the floor model, so I got it for $6,000, and so I couldn't return it. But once I got it home, I mean, you can lay on it in the store for a fucking hour and feel fine, but it's not the same as sleeping on it. And then it was just killing me. Oh my God, it sucked. And they wouldn't take it back because it was the floor model. If I would have spent the whole thing, I could have got a fully refunded. So anyways, I just gave it to somebody, and I couldn't remember who. But fuck, still was uncomfortable as fuck. I could not. I was like, man, I should just go sleep on the couch. That'd be more comfortable than this fucking bed. I was thinking that's crazy because they keep telling me this bed's so comfortable. But not. I don't know. We all need something. I think for me, I would be best on something that was really. I was thinking a water bed again. I really want to get a water bed again. Man, I used to love those things, especially when your heater's not working, it sucks. But when your heater's working and you get it nice and warm and it's got just the right amount of water so that it kind of moves and it's just like, oh, it doesn't hurt your joints or anything. And then if you put a topper on top of that, like the feathery kind of topper on top of that, oh, that would be ideal. That's the bed I want for next. And then I was thinking about Stella. But I need to get her own bed. I decided she needs a queen size bed mattress. Like this one would be perfect because she could just walk right up because it's not on a frame right now. It was waiting to go. And it's like super tall off the ground, like, I don't know, 18 inches or something. She could get on that real easy instead of, because it's bad for her hips to climb up. And she won't use the little stair things. So I'm going to and besides she's a bed hog, but I'm going to get her own, because I got to look for a house down south. I really want to find a house down south, and now the things are going to be opening up. I'm going to travel around and see. I love Louisiana, And my daughter was just telling me she found tons and tons of really cheap houses down south. And she's going to start sending them to me. But yeah, I don't want to live in just one place all the time. I want to live in more than one place. I want to live in 2 places for sure, seasonally, and I want to travel. So, in my other house, this house doesn't have room for her to have a bed. But in my other house, I think I'll just start her out with her own bedroom. Because I have another bedroom in my house right now, and she keeps going in there and laying down. I keep telling her, this is your bedroom. See, this is your bedroom. Because maybe she'll do it. But I think I would miss her too. Like, I really feel safe when she's laying next to me. I don't even feel like entities, nothing can mess with me. I feel like I have angels around me, and I have Stella on guard next to me. Like, think about like those witches who had their familiars. I think that is kind of like your spiritual, like when you have something who comes to watch over you. That's what it feels like. It is so yeah, I don't know that I could handle her in her own bedroom. I think I just need to have a big enough room that I have a water bed. I really want a water bed. And I wonder if they even make them still. God, those things were cool. Everybody had it. If you were cool back in the day, you had a water bed. If you didn't have a water bed and you just had an old-fashioned mattress, it was like, man, you're old-fashioned. God, what's wrong with you? But man, if your bed would get cold, oh, and then it became like a thing where apartments wouldn't even let you have them. That's probably what happened, is because so many people would try and rent and people wouldn't let you have them because supposedly somebody's had leaked and ruined the floor and the whole thing went through to the next place. But, you know, you would have to be, your whole bed couldn't just leak out in one day and your whole place fall apart. When my brother's house did that, his was from a toilet leak, and he came on vacation, just happened to come up here and see us. And then when he got home, his upstairs was in his downstairs, and there was a leak, but it took a while for everything to get moist enough to fall. It doesn't happen in one day. So I don't know how, I guess a vacation, but it couldn't have been like tons and tons of water beds were going through ceilings. But then, yeah, it started just being a thing. At first, they started charging you more to have a water bed. And then it started being like you couldn't have a water bed. So I bet you that's what we just did in with the water beds. There's got to be some somewhere, though. But the heaters would wear out because it was just like this big, like, strip kind of that went under the bed or under the mattress. And then it would radiate heat, and it would make it so nice and cozy. But when that strip thing would quit working, fuck, your bed would be like sleeping on an ice cube. It was cold as shit. And if your heater, when it started fucking up and not working right, oh my gosh, it would be a miserable night's sleep. I'm probably romanticizing the water bed a little much, but that bed sucked. And I don't like my other bed either. I got one of those fucking street number beds. Whatever they are, those number beds. You know, supposedly they're supposed to be so great that, you know, you can make it soft or hard or whatever. I don't like it either. I'm picky about bed. And I did have a water bed. I swear to God, I think I had a water bed for so long. Maybe till I was 30. Fuck, I can't remember when I got a normal, no. Oh, no, I did. Yeah, because I was just thinking about, I was trying to picture somebody I was with, like when we would have sex, would it have been on a regular bed? Because it's different on a water bed. And I was thinking, no, I think it was a water bed because it's very noisy. But on a regular mattress is really noisy too. Because the people down below me, when I had this particular person, the people below me start complaining to the manager that I had too loud of sex because my bed was too noisy. Wasn't because I was upstairs screaming. I don't think I was screaming. I don't know. I don't think I was. But I remember that. That was embarrassing to have the manager come tell you. It's like, well, what are you supposed to do? Stop having sex? Because your neighbor doesn't like it? I don't like apartment. I think anybody who can handle living in apartments, you're a better person than me. Fuck that. I do not like apartments. So, okay. Well, I should probably just quit talking because I'm just totally rambling more than usual. Anyways, you know, not a lot's happening, but it's going to be happening very, very soon. Shit's going to be going crazy. So, anyways, stay safe and hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.